So I was invited to a 4th of July picnic and I was asked to bring a dessert. I chose to make cake pops because they're perfect for individual desserts for a crowd. And the ones I'm going to show you are delicious and they're super festive looking. I made this recipe with a boxed cake mix because I really wanted this beautiful red center that you get from a red velvet cake. Thought it was perfect for 4th of July, and also it makes it really a lot faster than making a cake from scratch. So just follow the directions on the back of whatever boxed cake mix you pick. Look at this beautiful deep red color you get from a boxed cake. It's gorgeous. Into the oven it goes. Just follow the directions on the back of the box you use for how long and what temperature. After the cake's out of the oven, I let it cool for 30 minutes. Then I started breaking it up into the bowl. You can do that with a spatula or with a spoon or with your hands. I chose not to use my hands because I didn't want to get them stained with this red coloring. Stir the cake and break it up until it is super fine and there are no lumps or clumps in it. Now add your icing. I used a cream cheese icing that was from the store, already pre-made. Only use a couple tablespoons at a time until you get it just moist enough to stick together. I used a little much in this recipe, but it ended up working out fine. Now portion out your cake balls. I used a 2 tablespoon cookie scoop to do this so that I got a uniform look. If you don't have a cookie scoop, you can just use 2 spoons and it'll work fine. Now you want to do your first roll of all the little cake pop balls and just get them as uniform as you can. They are very moist right now, so they'll be easier to work with after you refrigerate them for 2 hours or freeze them for 1 hour. While they're cooling, you have time to cut your straws in half and chase them all over the counter. Now that they're out of the refrigerator or freezer, just roll them out again until they're smooth and in a perfect ball. Now melt the candy melts in the microwave. Follow the instructions on the back of the package for whatever kind you buy. Make sure they're melted completely and have no lumps. Now start inserting the straws into the cake pops by dipping them in the chocolate and then straight into the ball. If you don't like the buildup of the chocolate at the top of the cake ball, you can just take your finger and smooth that out. It all depends on how smooth you want the final coating to be. Now put them back into the refrigerator or freezer while you get your chocolate coating ready. I used candy melts from the craft store. Melt your candy melts in their microwave according to the package instructions. After it's smooth and there's no lumps, if you want it to be more liquidy, add some vegetable shortening. Only work with 2 or 3 cake balls out of the refrigerator or freezer at a time. Dip your cake balls into the different colored chocolate you have. Shake off any excess. I did this up and down. Don't do it against the edge of the cup because the straws are too weak to do that and they will bend. Immediately put on your decorations. I just use sprinkles here and then put them on the tray. Sometimes your cake pops will get cracks in them. It's the difference between the cold cake pop and the warm chocolate. So just fill the crack in with a little bit of chocolate with your finger and then put a couple more sprinkles to cover that up. Just look how pretty and festive these are. Now just put them on your tray and you're all set for your event.